Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. It continues to be very high octane politics, and Kenyans never waste an opportunity to play politics. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, the ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna was on the floor of the Senate, and he looked directly into the face of the Kenya Kwanza team that is saying that maybe we need to amend the constitution to accommodate Raila Amolo Odinga after the AUC loss. And Edwin Sifuna is telling those people that Raila is too big for such small positions. And Edwin is telling them that if you think Raila is idle, Raila has quite a lot to do. But I'm telling you that an idle Raila is a very dangerous Raila. So the Kenya Kwanza team really wanted to maybe take people through a referendum and create some offices for Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, today, Edwin Sifuna boldly picked from where he left. This time around, he is confronting the ODM sycophants who have decided to throw proper reasoning into the dustbin. And they are now reasoning with their stomachs for their selfish gain. And Sifuna said something that I have always said in this channel, that it would be very, very ridiculous to come to us that we need to support Ruto come 2027. Why? That because William Ruto drove in the same vehicle with Raila Amolo Odinga in Ethiopia. That is the only reason why some ODM members want us to support William Ruto. I don't know whether they listen to themselves. The other second reason why some ODM members want us to vote for William Ruto is because some residents of Nyeri were celebrating after Raila's loss. And so according to, in their own wisdom or lack of wisdom, these ODM sycophants want us to vote for William Ruto on the basis of some people were celebrating, and therefore we need to vote to punish them. This is what has been ailing our country. And Edwin Sifuna is telling them this will not happen. And even if Raila himself is going to endorse William Ruto, Sifuna is saying that he cannot reconcile his conscience to support a regime that has made life difficult for us, a regime that is killing people. And that last one, I believe, has gotten into the nerves of ODM members. And by now, I think people like Gladys Wanga, Upondo Kaluma, Robert Alai, and all those ODM members who have been accusing Sifuna of trying to sabotage Raila are now planning on how to eject Edwin Sifuna because, according to them, Anapinga Baba, kindly take a look.
I have told you, Trevor, there are messages too important to be left with Aladwa.
That is the chairman.
That's what I'm telling you, and I'm the SG. And I've said in ODM, everybody will be allowed to say their piece. Aladwa has one vote, Sifuna has one vote. Let him cast his vote for Ruto. I will not cast my vote for Ruto. It is that simple. This is the democracy that we enjoy in ODM. Let him speak. And you see, the thing that amuses me is that these guys will run around saying all sorts of things. They say, oh, we will support Ruto. When Sifuna says he will not support Ruto, suddenly they cry for months. Like after this show, they'll be wailing for a month, saying, oh, how can Sifuna say this? I have a mouth. I have a mouth, just like Aladwa's mouth. In fact, we are the same because he's a lawyer like me. Aladwa can say things because he has the democratic freedom to say those things. If he has decided that he's going to vote for Ruto in 2027, that is up to Aladwa. He knows what he's getting out of there. But I cannot, for heaven's sake, reconcile my conscience to support a regime that is killing our people, a regime that has destroyed lives, a regime that has destroyed the economy, destroyed the livelihoods of Kenyans. So, up to them. Let everybody make a decision. That is why they give you an individual ballot. They don't bring all the ballots to the SG to vote for them. Everybody will cast their vote. I have made up my mind on how I'm going to cast mine. Let everybody cast their ballots and live with their conscience.
Okay.
Everybody goes to the ballot to re-elect a president is the things they have done for them at an individual level. How has he managed the affairs of the country? How has he managed the economy? Are Kenyans happier? Are Kenyans in a better place than when he took over? How is the state of health? How is the state of education? How is the state of our economy, Trevor? If you are telling me that you're going to re-elect Ruto because he gave Baba a lift from the hotel to the venue of the AUC election, there's something very wrong with you. There's people who are telling us that they will vote for Raila, for Ruto, to spite those two mamambogas who are singing that they were happy in Karatina. Two mamambogas at a market in Karatina who are singing and saying they're happy that Baba lost. Now people tell us we vote for Ruto to punish those people. What sort of sense is that? That is not common sense. It is absolute absurdity. I want to tell William Ruto that the only reason he will be re-elected, because everybody knows that even him pretending to front Raila, because Raila himself has told us that he did not ask Ruto to support him. And when he announced that he was going to run for this thing, it was of his own volition. He said it himself. If there is somebody lying to Ruto, because everybody knows this was supposed to be a ruse, to try and come and blackmail, because he knows people love Baba. He knows people love Baba. So he comes and tells us, oh, I supported him, I helped him, I did this for him, and this and that, so that he blackmails Raila supporters emotionally, because we like when people do good things for Baba and when they honor him. But what has he done for us as a people? The people who are going to vote in this particular election will be asking those questions. Let me finish by saying,
you know, ODM is divided right in the middle. And something tells me that there is a message that Raila left with Sifuna before he went to campaign for the AU seat. Because Sifuna is speaking boldly and others seem not to understand him. There has been this push to eject Sifuna. And one day, I heard the officials of the ODM saying that many a times they sit in a meeting, they deliberate and come up with a declaration. And Sifuna, by virtue of the fact that he is the Secretary General, is given the declaration to read. And then after that, those who are in the same meeting run around trying to bash Sifuna. And Nyong'o told them that you do not understand where we have come with Sifuna. Do you think Sifuna could be speaking this way? Speaking in a manner that seems to be against Raila Odinga, and he still reports to Orange House. He's still carrying out the duties of a Secretary General. If you ask me, no. And the reason why I feel that someone should buy for Sifuna some lunch today is because Sifuna is one of the very sober members of the ODM. He's one of the very members who mean well for Raila Odinga. Because people who mean well for you will always tell you the truth. I have always said on this channel that the only reason why we will vote for William Ruto is by looking at his scorecard. No one, and I repeat, no one will come and start convincing us that, you know, the only reason why we need to vote for William Ruto is because he's better than Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi is never a yardstick. We are not going to vote for William Ruto because some people are laughing at us. That is not the main reason why we should vote for William Samoei Ruto. In fact, if you want to know why Mount Kenya people are now crying, it is because they never voted for William Ruto because William Ruto was good. They voted for him because Raila was bad. They looked at the competitor and they have been so much indoctrinated to believe that Raila was bad. So they were voting to punish Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. Today, they are crying. So we are not going to follow the very, very mistakes that now we want to vote to punish Mount Kenya. If that is the reason why we are going to cast our votes as a nation or as a community, then that is a very myopic reasoning. We are not looking beyond our noses. Because we always make such mistakes, and for a whole 5 years, we live by the consequences. Look at what Gachagua is now doing. He's now preparing grounds to ensure, to try and evict William Ruto come 2027. Knowing the politics of Kenya, it is possible, but it is going to be a daunting task because Kenyans are tired. But William Ruto, having known how Kenyan politics is done, you might just find yourself with Ruto for a second term. So I really love the way Sifuna puts it. And you see, by now, Sifuna was saying that many people speak their voices, but when Sifuna speaks, you will see them. Go to Twitter today, you will see them crying for and saying that this man should be ejected, this man should be evicted, he's sabotaging the party. And Sifuna is saying very plainly, let us wait for Raila to give his own direction. Because we want to clear this culture. We want to eradicate this culture of endorsement, where you know very well that people don't like a particular candidate. Then you say, Achando Tosha. What happened in Nairobi County before Raila went to AU to Ethiopia? He said that he wants to leave Nairobi in the hands of Sakaja. That elicited several reactions. And many are asking, surely, is Baba the only visitor in Jerusalem? Is he the only one who doesn't understand how people are crying, the predicaments of Nairobians? So, ladies and gentlemen, as a Luo nation, the Luo nation must understand why they want to vote. Ruto will be a candidate, will be in the ballot, and many others. But I pray that they get sober enough to give tangible reasons why they want to vote for William Samoei Ruto. If William Ruto drove in the same vehicle with Raila Odinga, so let's check the opposite. If he hadn't driven in the same vehicle, so are you telling us that maybe you would have now said that since he did not drive with Raila in the same vehicle, so he should not be supported? I sometimes look at our parliamentarians, people who are being paid exorbitantly by taxpayers' money, taking their time, their precious moment, instead of discussing issues that affect us, they take a whole moment bashing other tribes for celebrating Raila's loss and saying that now they are not even Kenyans. We need to do away with them, and calling them shame on you. Let us learn from the past. And the Kikuyu nation must be wondering why they rejected Raila when Uhuru Kenyatta presented him. We wouldn't have been in this situation. They were led by hatred. And that is the trap that we are falling into. That we now want to vote for William Ruto to punish the Kikuyu nation the same way they voted for Ruto to punish us. Two wrongs never make a right. And I dare say, this is the opportunity for the mountain and the lake to come together to ensure that they forge a strong alliance. It is doable. It is possible. Remember in 2002 it was said Kibaki Tosha. The ODM Sycophants are going to push for Sifuna's ejection from the party, because they are now going to say that Sifuna has said that he does not respect Baba. You are going to see the way they are going to turn around that statement. Sifuna said ODM is a democratic party, and if people like Aladwa have promised Ruto that they're going to support him, well and good, that is their opinion and it is their right. Sifuna in his own wisdom is saying, I'm going to look at William Ruto's scorecard, his performance ever since he got to power. What are the foreign policies, taxes? Has life become easier or even more exorbitant to Kenyans? That is what he's going to look at. In the next, if the Luo nation are going to support William Ruto, well and good, but only 1 year into office for the second term, they will be crying. I can assure you, because this government has failed. How I pray that, and by the way, let me tell you something. No one is against William Ruto. If William Ruto had, if William Ruto had started on the right foot, things would be better today. If he was not listening to the Bretton Woods institutions like IMF and World Bank, if he had not raised taxes, if he was listening to the people instead of abducting them, if there was no exaggerated budgets and wastage, if he had not gone there with the mentality of trying to do away with the Uhuru's policies, the new funding model in at the university, the SHA, things are not just working. Let me tell you, if things were working the right way, no one would be bothered to start criticizing William Ruto. That is the truth. And this idea of telling us that no, people are criticizing William Ruto because he's a Kalenjin, not really. That is a lie. People are criticizing William Ruto because things are not working. But you see, William Ruto, instead of confronting the very, very problems ahead of him. He looks for the dynasties. He gives them ministerial positions. He tells people, if you don't agree with me, then you're stupid. He tells people, I've got masters, and so you don't need to oppose me. Let me tell you, that is not how things work. Kibaki was never an angel. He was never perfect. But at least he never engaged so much into politicking. He sat down with his think tanks, and things were done the right way. He turned around this economy after taking from Moi. You know, William Ruto keeps on saying that he inherited a dilapidated economy. Can you compare that to what Kibaki inherited? Everything that William Ruto criticized, he's negated those that is now doing them. Heavy borrowing is the order of the day. Abductions, the order of the day. And things are not just working. So, ladies and gentlemen, just wait. Watch this space. Edwin Sifuna is going to find it very rough, but I like the fact that the ODM had said that Edwin Sifuna is speaking the language of the ODM. Edwin Sifuna is speaking what has been passed, a resolution that has been passed in their meetings. I wish someone could show me pictures in Orange House now. I know people have run there and they want Sifuna to be ejected. Raila Amolo Odinga must now come up and tell us whether he's supporting William Ruto or not. He must come up and tell us whether Sifuna is speaking for the party or for himself. I think it is only his voice that will save his supporters. Let him not keep us guessing. Let us know whether he supports Sifuna on this or Sifuna is speaking on his own. And Sifuna has spoken my language. Because my position has been, if ever you want to support a particular candidate, let it be on development record, not flimsy and what very ridiculous. Driving in the same vehicle, punishing someone. We can never progress as a nation if those will be the reasons why we want to support William Samoei Ruto. And William Ruto has become very unpopular. I wonder whether there is someone who will support William Ruto. Even in the Luoland where they are talking about, civil servants are being deducted quite a lot of money. So are they going to support William Ruto to perpetuate deductions just because he drove in the same car with Raila Amolo Odinga? Come on, let us be serious. Let us be serious, because a member of parliament cannot stand on the floor of parliament and start telling people those are not reasons why we can elect someone.